everybody, welcome. I'm sorry. You know what? I have to apologize. I've been out for a couple of days. You know what? It was a long weekend for me, and it got extended a little bit longer than I expected. A couple of people weren't feeling very well over the course of the weekend. So, so I made up for Monday for having an extra day off on Tuesday. So I have to make up for 2 days for you guys. So cartooning Monday and Magic Tuesday, I'm going to incorporate today into Wellness Wednesday, and we're going to put it all together just for you. And that's why I decided to come early today. I don't know how long this is going to take. I hope it's short and sweet, quick and painless. But if it ends up being long and painful, I am so sorry too. But let's get started. So, good morning. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday the 21st. It's like, yeah, we're halfway through. Well, I'm more than halfway through the month, and I hope everything's been going well for everybody. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to talk about Wellness Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday incorporates a lot of things that maybe you guys. Oh, then my computer in the background there. Here, I'll just turn it a little bit more. I want to just have you concentrate on like stuff that I got going on here. So uh, Wellness Wednesday incorporates a lot of things. Like I say, I got to do a little bit of everything today as well. I'll show you a little bit of things that I've been doing. But I always think it's very important to make sure that, when you do Wellness Wednesday, or when you do anything, and when you're thinking about life in general, and you're having a little bit of, they talk about this being the month of being like for mental awareness and things like that. When things are kind of getting to you or whatever, I find that writing in a book usually does help. And this is my, like I say, journaling is very nice, and journaling gets you into a lot of great ideas where before I was doing a lot of stuff and I wasn't really writing it down, where this year I'm writing everything down, so that seems to be picking up my speed in getting things done. So when you write stuff down in your book, that's my book, it's got my name on it. Of course, it's backwards for you guys, but right way around for me. But when you do the things that you're supposed to be doing and writing them down, sometimes when you're like unsure of your direction, you just go back into your book, you take a look around to see where you're at, kind of thing, and it puts you back into the right direction. And I've got stuff in the wrong spots, but that's okay. Gosh, this book is full of all kinds of things now. And it's not just it's journaling, but it also, like, you get figures and conversations with yourself, and also like different things that you can do to keep yourself creative. And write it down in the book first. Then maybe what you do is you take your sketchbook, your almighty sketchbook, and you draw it in the book on a blank page, or maybe you fill up the whole thing with all kinds of stuff. Now that's one way of doing it, the journaling and stuff like that, for sure. And of course, sometimes it's just drawing it out and having fun with it, and doing cartooning. Cartooning is like a release as well. So if you can do a cartoon of anything that kind of bothers you, and you can make it into something funny, like I'm trying to find one. Give me a second. Like something that's scary, or something like going to deep dark forest or something. If that bothers you, you just kind of like draw it out, and that way you kind of look at it for yourself and go, okay, well, maybe it isn't as scary as I think it is, or maybe it's more scary than I thought. Wow, because you never know, right? And then you put all kinds of different ideas for when you're doing for samples and stuff. So it's not. And my Luna Sparkles. Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get to doing a lot more Luna Sparkles too lately, and yeah, I've been busy with that too. So when I get time to myself, I'm either on the computer, I'm out in my backyard doing. Oh, this weekend, while there was some nice sunny days, I was out there just pulling up the garden, getting everything prepared, and doing all kinds of stuff. So yeah, and I'm looking for work. So I am a certified Grumbacher instructor for art. I can teach you how to paint, no problem. If you'd like to have me paint for you, just let me know in the comments below. If you like, subscribe if you want to. I always mention that because I do so many different things around the course, but my forte, of course, is doing art portraits, and portraits including like pet portraits and human portraits too. I love that stuff. I am all about humanity. I am saying life is what you make it, and I've always been one for the humanities. That's definitely for sure. Now I wanted to show you my books, my Plight of Time books that I've been writing. Now there's the third one's out, and I'm going to be ordering it today for my third book, so I can show you guys the third book, and that's got Janet in it. Janet is the sister of Ryan, who goes on an amazing journey, and then finds out that now she's going to be involved in it too, and it's going to add a whole new dynamic to the Plight of Time. Is so cool. Wait till you see what's coming. It's all in here, babies. I got it all in here, and it's gonna come to you, and that's why I'm so glad you're here. You're at the ground roots level, and this is what it's all about, babies, my fine, fine friends. And I appreciate you. I really do. I mean, if anything, I know that. Oh, see, Grumbacher. Yeah, I am a Grumbacher instructor. They gave me the actual. They gave me paints that I still have. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on. I used to work with a lot of the paints they would give to me, and I would just use them all the time. And I still have some of the Academy acrylic paints from Grumbacher. Great stuff. It really works well. And I always say, if you have a choice for what you want to paint with, Grumbacher's the way to go for paints, for getting you started on the basic level of acrylic painting. So it's a plug for them, because they don't sponsor me. I just loved them since I was a kid, and used to go to the Niagara Hobby Shop and buy all this crap. I'd buy this, I'd buy like my sketchbooks and everything too. I got my books on top of my sketchbooks. But I also, like, I love showing you guys this ones too. This is my Hobbit's Journey book, and these ones have like my drawings I've done of the characters from the movie. I love that, like the scene where he's going to attack the orcs and stuff, and of course, the maiden, fair and true, da 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 da. Like I say, I'm almost done the book, but I still have a few more things left to do. And there's what's his name? He just passed away recently. Yeah. So, anyways, draw all the time. I always do it, and I'm unique, and I'm one of a kind. People, I love doing this stuff. I can't wait to get to part 2 with the Hobbit's Travels from Samwise Gamgee, which has tons of like little drawings already started in it, and I'm going to continue that one as well. It's got such a cool thing. I'm so excited. I do this stuff. And I can do it for you too. And if you'd like to see me do stuff for you, let me know in the comments below. I sing, I dance, I do all kinds of stuff, and yeah, and I do art, and I love art. And I've loved art ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. My Nana started me off with making all kinds of beautiful stuff. And again, under the situation that I was in as a child, I was glad to have an outlet to be able to help me keep out of trouble. Because there were so many other people who I knew in my neighborhood, maybe similar circumstances, and everybody has their own. The choices are always yours, and that's what I say. Life is what you make it. The choices are always yours, and life is what you make it. I'm an artist. It's what I do. It's what I've been. It's exciting. I love being an artist, and unfortunately, I mean, it's a lonely path that you have to walk. But sometimes it's not alone all the time. It's not. You're not alone all the time. You're just alone when it comes to. When you're trying to get people to buy your art, and you're like, come on, you like it, you've seen me do it, buy it, and it's like crickets. And that's okay. I mean, I still do it regardless. I find myself being more actually. Before COVID started, I was so proficient. And so prolific, that's the word, prolific. I was painting all kinds of stuff, and I was doing paint nights. So paint night Niagara, I was doing all kinds of painting constantly. I was always wearing my special, yeah, and I wore this too sometimes, because you know what? I love Grumbacher. Grumbacher is like one of my favorites. Actually, when I was working for paint night, I had my own special paint night smock at the time too. So, but I love Grumbacher, and I used to work for them over at Michael's, doing the teaching people how to paint. And I had this 8-year-old kid who was with me at the time, and he was taking the classes because his grandmother gave him money to take the lessons, and I was so grateful for that too. So I'm also a teacher, kind of a way. Anyways, let me get you started. Wellness Wednesday. I forgot about Magic Tuesday and Cartooning Monday. So I'm going to start first with Magic Tuesday, and then we're going to take a step back and we'll do something for a Monday and Cartooning Monday, okay? And we'll incorporate it into the wellness theme, okay? So this is also the wellness theme too. When I do my, we are all trying to avoid any kind of troubles, and this is a way to kind of keep us, humbled that we don't really know the direction of where our lives are going, but we try to do the best that we can, right? So I will ask the cards, just a quick little, and this is really fast, because usually what happens is a card will fall out of my deck unless there's somebody out there, like you beautiful people out there. If you see this quick enough that you're live with me and you want to say, stop, Kim, stop right now with that card, and pull up the first card, I'll do that. But I most of the time I'm waiting for, oh, I'm always waiting for someone to do that. And like usually what happens is something falls out of my deck and we go from there, kind of thing. But let me get you started. I have now primed my cards, and I will say to the cards, oh, hey, they're my beautiful little cards, which I've had forever. What do you see coming up in the near future, and what should I be aware of? And we'll go from there, and we'll see what happens, see what the cards say. Now, sometimes it just, like I say, they fall out automatically, and sometimes it takes a little while for them to kind of toss out. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to shuffle them kind of loosely so that we have a quick, hopefully quick little thing that'll fall out faster. Ooh, there it is. Do I want to get that one too? Yeah, okay. We got two cards. All right, I got two cards for you. And, one is the Major Arcana card, and it's saying introspecting is very important right now. So, introspecting, and there's a lot of work to be done. Oh my gosh. So, and what is it based on? Oh, it is based on, oh, hold on a second. This is something different. Okay, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Just got to look up. Oppression. Okay. Yeah, so if you're feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit of oppressed by things, it's time to do a little bit of introspection. So if you're feeling a little bit bogged down by everything, you feel a little weighed down, maybe somebody has you, oh, maybe somebody has you feeling down. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Uh, what is the Queen? Let me see. Or Queen of Hearts. Yeah. So, yeah, if you find that you've been bogged down, it's time to really do a little bit of introspect and remember that there are people out there that are probably having a worse time than you are, okay? And that's what the cards are saying today. It says, okay, so you might be having a down day, but to keep in mind that there's a lot of other things that are going on out there that you have no control over, and it's just that's the way it is right now. To be aware of the people that are having probably a worse time than you are right now. Be aware that maybe things aren't as bad as you think they are. They could be much worse. You know what I mean? They could be a lot worse, and just be aware of that. That's basically what it's saying. So don't feel bad about what's going on in your life, because there could be somebody having a worse day than you are right now, and that's only to tell you that you gotta practice kindness, and you gotta practice love, and you gotta practice that's fine, way things happen, just let them lie and wait, and eventually things will come around. Eventually things will come around, right? Yeah. So mm-hmm. And that's the reading for today. So that was quick and painless. That was good. Okay. So we've talked about how wellness affects us, and how the message that comes across of how we're trying to make ourselves better. We're trying to better ourselves all the time. Love each other a little bit longer. Love each other a little bit more, perhaps. We all have that ability within us to have love and hate, and we always try to better ourselves by not thinking either way. But okay, so definitely think of others today that are having maybe a worse day than you are, because there could be something even worse coming. And if you think about the future, don't think about the future. Just concentrate on what's going on right now, because you have no control over what's going to happen in the future. And unless you have some kind of insight that maybe I don't. And if you do, let me know in the comments below, because I've been asking AI all kinds of questions and it doesn't seem to want to give me any answers about that either. I know I ask the deep questions because I want to know. I want to know. And I think you guys want to know too, because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm pretty deep. It goes many levels. So, all right. So there you go. So journaling is very important, especially on the Wellness Wednesday. It's good to have a nice little thing that you can write stuff into. And if you got one better, I got my journaling what is it called? Sorry, give me a second. It's called journaling for uh, oh no. Sorry. It's called the Gratitude Journal for Tired Ass Women. Yeah, I love this. It's called Fuck This Shit Show. Yeah, and you get to write down. I know it, and it's so good because I think I've put down here that my last day. Maybe I didn't write it down, and I should have maybe. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, that helps to write that one down too. If you're having a bad day, write it down, because you can also look at it later and laugh about it. Believe me, I do cartoons based on the way things are in the world, and they make me laugh, and I appreciate that. And I did things like What Martha and the Alien View, and there's so many different little series that I've made on my own that are just my personal cartoons and stuff. Maybe one day I'll release them too, because AI is fantastic. It's given me all kinds of ideas, and I have released some comics and cartoons, and I am working on um, a graphic novel right now too. I didn't want to release anything else, but I am working on a graphic novel. Yeah, I'm working on a graphic novel as well. I have so much in here that it's friggin' amazing, and I was trying to get in touch with some people higher up. I don't want to mention any names because I don't want him following me anymore. Because though, as soon as I mentioned his name, I started getting him so and so's following me, and I don't want that. As you know, Jean, you would know. I know you know what I'm talking about. But neither here nor there. Okay, so but yeah, I there's all kinds of things that you can be doing. So I mean, this is a great way to start. Just putting things out there and getting them off your chest. Yeah, now there's a thing. Maybe I should do some cartoons about that. What do you think, Jean? If I did some cartoons about imposters, that'd be kind of interesting, right? I mean, I can't beat the celery thing. You got it made, lady. And on that note, I was going to talk a little bit about cartooning. Yes, so cartooning on Mondays is very therapeutic as well. So it makes you think of all the kinds of things that you could do or make. But what I like to do as well is put a sense of calm as well. I don't. I would never want anything to be out of control or feel like I'm uh, what would the word be, putting something out there that I wouldn't, if somebody said something out a derogatory towards me, I would be like, okay, fine. And I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to say anything that's untrue, well, even though it might be true, you don't want to say things that are going to get people upset, because you want to keep your friends. I'm kidding. I don't. I have no quarrels with anybody, and that's the honest truth. I really do. I have no quarrels with anybody. I just go at my own pace, and I only do things out of love. And if I've done anything to wrong anyone, it's only like just because I was thinking about how much I love somebody, and it's like, okay, and I love things so much that I love to even like I want to give you what I know to make it so good for you that you don't need me anymore. So on that note, let me give you some drawing that you can do now. Like I want to talk about wellness and writing things down and journaling and making them into cartoons if you want to, and that's the way of being an artist too, is finding that one thing that's incorporating everything. And art has done it for me throughout my age. So I can't help but be an artist and see how things are going to go and where the wind takes me, because it's what I love. It's what I love to do. Now, if you're tuning in for tomorrow, if you're here today and you're like, okay, Kim, what are you going to do? Uh, tomorrow, I've got Entertainment Thursday. Yeah, Entertainment Thursday. I pick up the ukulele and play a little couple songs for you, or I'll play some of my. Maybe I'll let you know about my latest music videos. But you might see them before that, and if you do, let me know in the comments below if you like my music videos and what you think. Because I'm game of putting it out there, because I've been practicing with a lot of AI stuff too, and I really think it's really important. If you haven't yet, grab something that's AI and start playing with it, because you're going to find yourself. What it's done for me is it's helped me get over my inability to publish a book by giving me ideas for the next book, and then making it that I can continue it, something like that. You find something that you can continue. And this is something, my art is something that I've just been doing. It's a continuation of life. And it's what you make it. Life is what you make it. And that's what my theme is for everything. My motto through life is what you make it. Actually, I have a, hold on a second. Hold on. I have something. Hold on. Let me just, if I can find it here. Oh, I got to take that. I do a lot of stuff. I write down a lot. I write down a lot of things. And, no, that's not what I have. Oh, maybe somewhere else. I probably have it in my other things. This is all my friend Luna Sparkles. My Luna Sparkles ideas. See, I got Luna Sparkles ideas written down here. And I have like my mantra. Hold on. I have a mantra around here somewhere. I put it somewhere. Just don't know where it is. If it was here. No, I'm going to have to. Oh my gosh, I got so much paperwork. You would not believe. I'm like, okay, I do more journaling than I realize. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to do a little bit of art. Okay. Yes, I am an artist. I do some I do some art too. So we're going to kind of do something nice that will incorporate. Okay, maybe the tarot card reading for today. What did I say? Just kind of be mindful of others, and maybe I will take some. See this nice little canvas here? I'll take this canvas and I will draw something really pretty for you. Or, I will make something that will incorporate Wellness Wednesday into everything. I'm so glad that you're here today, and I really appreciate you taking the time to look at all the information and things that I have for you. Because I do. I got tons of stuff I want to give to you guys, because I have no children of my own. I was a clown. I loved kids, and I did a lot of fun stuff with the kids, but I never had any of my own, because you know why? If I did, they would be the spawn of Satan. Honest to God. Yeah, because nothing good would come from out of this. I'm white trash, but that's okay, because I'm good at being an artist. So that's what I'll keep being, and let my siblings take care of having the kids and stuff like that. They're good people. Me, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Okay. Anyways, I feel like Griselda. Raquel Welch, eat your heart out. Okay. But anyways, I'm gonna do you some drawing. Okay. So we got my nice little. I got my canvas here, which I like to do my little doggy portraits on. So should I use this, or should I use something else? Oh, I'll use this, because I've still got some left here. So if you ever want a doggy portrait, or if you want a human portrait, I have something, bigger. I can make something bigger like this. This is what I'm going to be doing in June. Isn't it beautiful? This is what I'm doing in June. If you would like to do this painting, if you can look previously and you can see me doing this painting, but if you want to do it with me live, we can do one. Like, look me up for my Niagara art parties. Niagara art parties. Everybody needs a nap. And if you don't want a Niagara art party, well, I'm going to give you a slap. All right, so, yeah, let me do some art for you. Okay. Okay, now you know my singing talent and my goofy talent, goofy talent of acting like a goof. So now I'm gonna do some painting for you. Okay. 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 So let me just put this down over here. I've got so many books and so much stuff written down. Ooh, Sparkles ideas. I gotta get down. I got so much to do, and I've got like all the time in the world. Time running slow. I only know that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll make a. I'm thinking like a nice garden scene. Yeah, because that's kind of pretty. So a little garden scene with flowers in it. What do you think? Okay, let's do it then. I've got all my basic colors right here. My three and my black and white. And I got that nice yellow color right here. That Academy, I can use that too. I have my brushes. You've been waiting so long for me to do this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I'm missing one. 5. Oh, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the wrong one. Where are you? Da, 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 da. I'm missing one. I'm missing my filbert. Oh, no, no, that's not it. Filbert! All right, I'll use that one. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These brushes alone, if you want to do a painting class with me, it costs $40. But listen, these painting brushes alone cost about $30. $30 plus the canvas. That's $35, and the $5 is for me. That's what it comes down to. And at the end, you get to keep the painting, which usually is like a 16 by 20 when I'm doing my Niagara parties. But if you want something smaller, it is still the same price, and it's because we're still doing the same thing. It's just small. But it's still me helping you, that extra $5 that goes towards, a job well done. Because when I started out working, I used to make $4.25 an hour. Can you believe that? $4.25 an hour. And now we're up to what? 17, 19, what? I don't know. But that just goes to show you over time how things change, right? Okay, but I'm digressing. Okay, let me get you started. Okay, I'm going to use I wasn't going to use this, but because I did have it, and I love this color. Love that color of blue. Is it called a bright blue? Is it called? It's called crisp blue. Okay, I'm going to start with some crisp blue. That's the color of my friend here. This is my little figurine that I like to draw or paint. This is his. Isn't he cute? Look at this, that cute little face. You can see much better now, right? Look at that. I painted that. You can paint like me if you watch and follow along. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Okay. Maybe I should go back and come back in. No, I'll try and get this done quickly. I'll make a quick little something for you, okay? Because I love you. And I wanted to have something here for you. Just something quick. And I don't need a lot of paint. Just a little dab will do ya. And make something really fast and fun, okay? I promise. I won't ruin your day too much. It's only been a half an hour, right? Okay. I'm only ruining maybe an hour of your day, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me putting out the art putting it out there for you. There it is. Okay. I'll probably need more white than I will black for some reason. Black is one of those colors that it just, you don't need a lot of that. It goes a long way. The colors go a long way. You don't need a lot. But what you do need is water. I know the water's a little bit murky, but that's okay because it's just like showing you, making you something beautiful, okay? So I'm going to make you something beautiful. So I'm going to just wet my canvas first because, when I start canvas, I like to wet my canvas first. Makes the paint spread faster. Spreads the paint along the, you see, it's not too bad, not too dirty. Oh, maybe a little bit dirty. Not too bad. So you do that, you wet it, flip it, wet the other side, flip it, whip it. When I say flip the canvas, some people were doing this, flipping it this way and watering and this. I'm like, no. This way, always this way. Okay. So now you can see how dirty my water is. There we go. But that's okay because you know what? Life is not all bright colors. No. Life is gloomy, gloomy colors. Okay, well, I didn't mean to use this brush first, but because I always use the filbert brush. It's one of my favorites, I have to say, because you can use it like all, if you only have one brush, this is the best brush to have of all of them. This is the filbert brush. This is like, it's round, it's flat, it picks up a lot of paint, and it goes far. And I'll show you, okay? Maybe I can do I did my Houdini picture with one. So we go. All right, so we'll start with a little bit of blue. I'll get some blue on me. There we go. Gonna make a nice scene for you. Make it very pretty. Add a little bit of water into the mix and kind of drag it down. Try and make sure that it doesn't go all over the place. If it does, that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter because it's just the background we're doing right now anyway. So right here, we start at the top and we'll work our way down. How about that? Making a quick little painting for you today, just because I love you so much, and I want you to enjoy coming here and learning about doing a little bit of art. Yeah, because a little bit of art is always good for you. Even if you only just get a little bit out of it, it's just a little bit is better than nothing. All right, right, so crisscross applesauce to make it spread a little bit further. You go crisscross applesauce, crisscross applesauce, crisscross applesauce. This is mine. And a little bit more water down at the bottom here. There we go. Okay, now flip it over because we're going to make it all kind of go the other way around. All right, so flip it over. There we go. All right, this is how we start a painting. This is how we start a painting. Okay. Spread it. Spread it, babies. Spread it. Here we go. So what's going on now is a thing called movement. Ooh, it almost looks like water. Upside down, looks like water, like you're looking at it from far away. You can actually make it look like that. Make it look like a, like a little. Something like that. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Whoa. But for me, for now, what we're going to be doing is just going to crisscross applesauce. Smooth it out. There we go. There we go. That's nice. There we go. We're creating our horizon at the same time. And it's always good not, I do the rule of thirds. Like I don't make the horizon right in the middle. I kind of bring it down a little bit further. So let me flip this back over because we got to move that water around, and I want this to be the top of the page. So we're making that the top. Yeah, we're not going to make the other part the top. I just wanted to move the paint around a little bit as we go. Yeah, there we go. Now just rinse out my brush. Beat the devil out of it like Bob Ross does. Oh, I can do it over here. Watch. Beat the devil out of it. That's what I like to do. All right. So, tribute to Bob Ross out there. Hey, Bob Ross. Okay. So, I'll switch brushes because, you know, I like to be different. I like to try it all the time. So, next we're going to do is we're going to go into some yellow because yellow is one of those colors that, you know, it spreads nicely with the green, with the blue, and turns into a nice green color. But we're not trying to make green. Oh. And oops. Actually got a little bit of red in there by accident. Hold on, let me get over there. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't get any red in there. Almost did. But there we go. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go a little bit yellow here. Let me add some water. Add some water because it's a little bit on the dry side. And then we brush it up into the blue. What the? Ah! Don't you hate when that happens? Okay, where'd you go? Oh, no, I lost it. I lost my... Dang! I'm going to have to use the filbert. Okay, back to the filbert. You know, like I say, one brush, you can work with one brush. Let me go back. And so I'm glad I rinsed that out because when you rinse it out, you might have to use it again. And look at that, I had to use it again. So I just can't believe. Did you see that? Holy man. Okay. All right. So there we go. Trying to make the yellow kind of spread a little bit better. Spread that yellow. Spread that yellow, my pretty fellow. All right, so we do like that. If Bob Ross were here, he'd go, what the heck's... What is she doing? What's that crisscross applesauce? That's nothing. Oh. So you make it nice. You maybe have a nice kind of background going on there. Don't make it even. Make it a little bit uneven there. You don't have to have it completely even. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody said life was perfect. Nobody's perfect. Except for the perfect fool, like myself. Hello, thank you for staying and hanging out with a perfect fool. Because you know I'm good at what I do. I like to take my foot and insert it into my mouth. But you know what else I like to do? I like to do this. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. I put my hands together like this and do. And one day I'm going to take it on the road with me. Okay, so now that we've done that, what we're going to do is I'm going to rinse that brush out again. You see? Rinsing out that brush. Beat the devil out of it. It's getting everywhere. I don't care. You know why? Because it's going to get all painted again. And you know what? I'm Kimmy. I can do what I want. Hold on. Yeah, actually. I need paper towel. The one thing I forgot is a paper towel. Oh no. Okay, I got a paper towel here. Yeah, wipe off some of the wall. Actually, it doesn't matter. Nobody goes over there. Nobody comes here anyways. This is my own personal gallery. You know, Sue, you keep on interrupting. You're putting your, hi, Sue. Hi out there. Hey, Sue. Thank you for, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm painting. Isn't that great? All right. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to let that dry. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to take the paper towel and just... I like making happy little clouds by just taking my paper towel and eliminating some of the... I know Bob Ross doesn't do that, but I do. And then what I do is I switch brushes. Okay, so of course that isn't going to work. I would usually use maybe clouds for that one. So I'm going to have to find another one. Hold on. Because I am an artist and have many, many brushes, I have another one right here. Oh my gosh, this almost looked like the same one. Well, wait a minute. I do classes. That's why I have more than one. Ha ha! Okay, so... So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be taking this and I'm going to make some nice happy clouds. We're going to make some happy clouds. And if you know Bob Ross, he'd like to make happy clouds. I'm going to show you. Don't hold your brush like you're holding on to, you're drawing. You take that brush and you hold on to it like you're drawing, okay? And then you just kind of make little spots in there where you can make like clouds come out. And you smudge it a little bit. This is what I call scumbling. Like this. And just along the bottom there, you can create a nice little... And you know, as you know, when you do skies, all skies, they have like some little ones, or little puffy ones. That, you know, maybe mean nothing. You can use your finger and kind of make like a little puff over here. Hey, there we go. And I see one little cloud over here. You know, look at your painting. It's your world, as Bob Ross would say. It's your world, so you can make it look the way you want it to. So there you go. And then you smooth it out a bit. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Making your own clouds. Making your own world. This is your world. Live in it. Live it. Enjoy it. This is what you wanted, right? A couple more clouds over here. Making it nice and spicy. You gotta add a couple clouds, make it nice and spicy. This way, yeah, I guess right here. It's your world. You can make it as interesting as you want it to be. Switch hands if you want to. If you're right-handed, use your left hand. If you're left-handed, use your right hand. Play a little bit. Don't keep it the same. You never know what you're going to find. And as they get further away from you, you'll find that they also get faded in what they look like too. There we go. Da-da-da. Now I'm using my left hand because I can. And to you, it looks like I'm doing it with my right hand, but I'm not. This is my left hand. There we go, making it pretty. Ah, being out in a nice meadow. It's so pretty, right? So nice and relaxing. And you see, as from far away, you might be able to see that there's some grass in the background there. You can expand it if you want to. You can do whatever you want. Like I say, like Bob Ross says, this is your world. Do what you want with it. Make it yours. There we go. And if this turns you on, I got all kinds of stuff to sell you. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you do your like little bit, and then you get to the point where you're like, yeah, okay, that's good. That's enough clouds. Rinse out the brushes because you could go all day doing those beautiful, blue, happy little. But there's more to it than that. So you rinse it off. Beat the devil out of I'm not going to do it on the thing anymore because I'm just going to go all over the wall and Frank's going to kill me. So I'm just going to just do this and beat my little jar. I can beat the jar out of it. Hey, I can do that. Okay, so, and that's so if you have to reuse it, at least you know it's nice and clean again. That's why I do that. And some people are like, oh, how come it turned different colors? Well, you're supposed to rinse it out before you put another color on top of it. Oh. Okay, but sometimes we mix colors too, and maybe we'll start doing a little bit of a mix here. Because, you know, this is just off the top of my head. I'm just trying to create something that would be kind of cool. And so I'm thinking a nice meadow. I mean, we can continue. I can make this into a nice, like a little pond scenes, then just change up a few things. We'll see what happens because this is my world and I can do what I want. Okay, so, and I like to show you all the different brushes. So the next brush that, has the big one is the one I usually use for like when I wet the canvas originally, but of course I use the filbert. The filbert is good for everything, and this is my filbert. This is the greatest, like I say, and it's also good because you can spin it as well. Yeah, if you're a drummer, you know you play like this, you can also spin your brushes. Yeah, I love spinning. Oh, and especially this one. I like spinning my big one because you know, woo, baby. Yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, don't let anybody know I'm a musician too. But you'll find out tomorrow if you could tune in for Entertainment Thursday. And Friday, of course, we got Feedback Friday. So if you want to tell me, what do you think? Or if you can even let me know in the comments below if you like this painting. And we'll just continue going on with it. So we got the like nice, I'm thinking the nice, far away. We can maybe throw in a few flowers. But we got to keep the stuff that's going to be in the mid right here. So we can start with some ideas and then make it our way back to add a few flowers. So we're going to start with adding a few flowers into the background. Now I would think that a fun thing would be to take a little bit of red and add a little bit of white to it. And we'll just start with some different colors and we'll just make little dots. And I'll switch brushes. I'm going to switch to the details brush, I like to call it. The one with the very pointy point on it. This is also for like if you want to do any drawing cartoon wise, you can, this is where you can use it like a pen. But if you're not, again, use it like, no, not like a drumstick, like you're doing art with it. So I'm going to take this and dip it into some red, which I got over here. I won't let you see my palette. My palette is very messy. And a scoop of white. I'm going to mix that together. And we're going to make a nice pinky color. I was just going to start from making like little pinky dots in the background. We're going to make a scene with maybe some wildflowers in it. And who knows, maybe there might be other things adding to it. Some other colors and things. And you just start off simple, add a few dots here and there. And as you get closer, you can add more. And they can become a little bit more prominent in color. And right here, we could actually add like a big one in center here, down here. But we'll keep on just doing like little ones here for now. Little tiny, tiny ones. I made that one too big. What are you going to do? Just pretend like it's closer than it. Okay. And then as they get closer, they become more prominent. But we're just going to start with little dots. And then we're going to make, so we're going to switch it up and add a little bit more red into it. And make them a little bit more closer. So a little bit more closer dots like. And some other things over here. You can decide, if this is close enough, you can start just making it look like little flowers here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's ever looking for perfection except for me. So. And I hold my wrist sometimes to just keep my hand steady. If you have a hard time keeping your head steady, you grab your wrist, lock it into your sides, and you just start. Some of them could be a little bit darker, but further away, kind of like that. As they get closer, they become a little bit more prominent. And then you can add colors to them afterwards too. So we'll make this look like a nice field of poppies or something. Poppies, 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 poppies. I guess I could throw other flowers in there too if I wanted to. But we'll start with the poppies. And you gotta think of consistency. I gotta put like maybe one right here. Kind of throw it off, maybe one here, there, here, or, okay, I'll say about here. There we go, poppy there. Okay. Maybe we'll add a couple, look a little bit closer, And we might even add some happy trees in there too, so. There's always things you can keep adding to it. Okay, so there's poppies. Hey, maybe we'll make some happy bushes. Bushes are nice to add into it too, so you add a few bushes in there too. All right, so we're going to switch brushes. Yeah, rinse that one off. Now I'm going to go to, I'm going to use the flat one because I haven't used that one yet, and we're going to try making some bushes with that. And that's making the green color. So I'm going to take some blue and some yellow, and I'm going to mix them over on the side here. Make some nice green color. Maybe we'll start with a kind of a little bit darker, just dark to get it started. Dark green, and then we'll make it some lighter green for highlights and stuff like that. So I'll make some. I just tap it in. No ideas for bushes. At different levels there. Maybe something over here. And that maybe cuts into that, A little bit of yellow. A little bit of a, make it a little bit darker, and then we're going to add some highlights to it. So. Add some more flowers back into it too. So. You know, there might be some flowers. There might be some trees over here. There we go. I'm drawing in some trees on the side over here. It's mostly what you're going to see is a nice green field, but going to lead to some forest on the inside here. You can see you can paint right over top of it. That's the great thing about using acrylic paints too, and you can go back over it again too if you want. So we're going to take a little bit of water. If you find it getting too dry, add a little bit of water, just a tiny bit though, and just tap, tap, tap. There'll be a few more things we might want to put in before we put in some extra flowers, but just get them started so that we know there's going to be flowers in there too. Okay. And we'll kind of just... There we go. Alright. So that gives you a bit of an idea where we're going with this. So kind of bring it over to the side there. Make it look like it's going to start doing something. Make it look like it's going to do something. It might not do anything. It might just sit there. But there we go. So little ideas. In the background, there's the nice... And that's some... It looks like there's some grasses and stuff. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me just miss that out. Oh my goodness, okay. Nothing's ever like oopsies. There's no mistakes in art, only happy accidents. And Bob Ross says that too. So we'll fix it. We'll figure out how to fix that. That's okay. More grasses or something here. Little grasses here. Yeah, that's what we'll see. Little grasses that go here. There we go. That's looking nice. Nice little grasses. Nice little grasses here. Yeah, you just build on it. Make it look pretty. You know, a nice little grass here, grass there. Da 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 da. Makes it look like thing. There we go. We'll add more stuff to it there, but just showing you. And it can kind of go off into the background. Make look little wildflowers back here. Tap, tap, tap. See, isn't that cute? All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to make a mighty tree in there too, right? We're going to put a mighty tree in there because I love doing that stuff. And Bob Ross, if he were here, God rest his soul, he would do that too. Now rinsing off my brush and tapping it on the side, beating the devil out of it. I'm going to take my big one. I'm going to take the big one and I think I'm going to make a tree in there. How about that? I'm going to make a tree. All right. So it's going to be taking a little bit of black. With a little bit of yellow. A little hint of red in there. Add a little bit of white. Yes, there we go. And then we got to do like Bob Ross does and says, you just go for it, right? So we're just going to go over right here. Put a tree right there. There we go. There's your tree. Oh, because you know, you gotta have more than just one tree. Because the guy needs a friend, right? The guy needs a friend. Gotta put it right to the outside right to the outside there. Yeah, that little guy, he needs a friend to go with him, right? So let me just draw a friend for him. Because Bob Ross would want that. So I think I'm going to right there. There we go. A couple little. There we go. I might add some. There we go. And maybe draw another one over here, kind of in the distance. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to switch brushes because this one's going to start going out of control. I can tell already. So rinse it up. Beat the devil out of it. Yes, okay. And I'm going to switch over to the smaller flat one. It's I like the big one, but smaller. And we're going to make some tree limbs here. Look a little bit better here. Alright. And the one over here. We'll start building on that one too. He's way over in the distance over here. Kind of built into the background over there. Yeah, yeah, looking good with a nice field of nice poppies. Poppies, 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 poppies. Okay. So, there we go. So, nice field of poppies. And okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make some of the trees leaves in there. Some nice leaves in there. And maybe a couple of more flowers and stuff. So let me just, you know, I'm going to go to my details brush and add more twigs and things, twigs and berries and things like that. So add a couple more. That way. That way. It's not very dark. There we go. Make it like springtime or something. There we go. Kind of like that. You know, maybe it's a fall scene. You know, maybe it's a scene. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it does have poppies in it, so maybe it's a fall scene. We'll make it a fall scene instead. Because it looks pretty fallish looking. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab my other paintbrush. Since I don't have one that's like a fan brush, what I'm going to do is go back to the filbert. And you can spread it out a little bit. See, like that. And then you can do the same kind of thing like Bob Ross does. And make little, but first I got to make some extra little leaves on the trees and stuff like that. So I guess we'll be doing, taking, like, I'll probably take the big one. I gotta take the big one, and I'm just going to do some actual little, let's take the color and make them like a green color. So I'll take that brown that I did the thing with a little bit of blue and yellow to it. For making the tree leaves there. All right. And we're just going to maybe it's like right in between summer and fall. Right in that time where it's get a little bit of everything going on. There we go. How's that looking? What do you think Bob Ross would say? Shut up, Kim. There we go. A little bit that way, a little bit that way. Add some into there. And a little bit in the spots there. Just kind of for aesthetics. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is going to add a little bit of highlights in there too. Using the same brush, just a little bit of yellow mixed in that. Get it a little bit lighter. And we're just gonna tap where there might be light coming through. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more yellow, give a tap in certain spots. There we go. Make it a little bit brighter, add a little bit more white into the mix there. A little bit paler. Mm-hmm. How about that on a Wednesday? You actually got to watch me paint again. That's kind of cool. And it's very therapeutic for sure. So there we go. And you just add a couple more things there. It looks pretty. It looks like a nice, you get towards the fall now. Oops. Getting towards fall and winter now. And everything seems to be changing. Okay, go a little. Things like that there. And a little bit more. There we go. And maybe make a nice happy bushel in the corner here, kind of just to fill it up. And there we go. Hey, thank you, Mark. Yeah, thank you for commenting. There, we kind of blend it in a little bit there. Blend it in a little bit there, make it a little darker. Because this is your playground, like I say, you can do whatever you want, make it yours. Blend it in nicely. All right, see, that's where we're going with this. And then we're going to add a little bit more green to make it a little bit more brighter. There we go. So as you're getting towards, you want to see where you have them for your flowers. You got to make sure you have the stems that are right nearby them too. See where they're all kind of coming from in the area here. And make it a little bit brighter here. And as you go towards the end here, we're also going to get a little bit darker. So let me add a little bit of black into there. And make it a little darker. How about a little bit of red in there? Making it darker. That'll make it darker. Okay, since we're going into the shadows over here. So there we go. Little bits of grass and stuff. They're kind of coming up to the bottom here. There we go. That looks great. All right. And then what we're going to do as well is we're going to add a little bit of highlights into the little poppies there, and then call it a finished painting. Look at that for make it a nice serene field you're looking out at. Okay, so last thing we're going to be doing is making like little dots in the poppy. So I'm going to take my little baby brush here, going to dip it into, this is what you can do a little bit here, and then you kind of like. There we go. Now, if you want to update it a little bit, add a couple more flowers and stuff like that, that's great. You make it a little bit more, prettier. You add a little bit more, flowers and stuff, and make them a little bit nicer looking. And the ones down here, just add a couple more. And a couple extra lines here. And if you want to add some more red and make, your colors a little bit more vibrant, you can do that too. Or less vibrant. Let me just fix that spot. All right. And when you're done, make the beautiful painting that you made. A nice scenic background. Last thing to do, of course, is to sign it. All right, so. And call that a finished painting. Now, isn't that pretty? A nice scenic day out in the sunshine. Right on. And that incorporates Wellness Wednesday and Magic Tuesday and Cartooning Monday. Oh, I didn't throw a cartoon in there. Well, I could always make a cartoon in there somewhere. I got an idea. Hold on. La 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 la. Take a little bit of white. La 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 la. And you can put somebody. It's so serene and calm in there. What should I put in there? I think I'll put me in there. There we go. Sitting in the middle of it. Oh, hold on a second. So what do? I want to do that. I got all my brushes in there. There we go. Beating the devil out of all of them. Okay. So, so I'm going to take my details brush and I'm just going to, what color, so what kind of pants should I be wearing today? Oh, okay. I can wear what I'm wearing right now. But you know what? I like to be wearing white, so. Uh, have me in the middle of the field here. As a cartoon, because it really doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it isn't me in the field. But there's somebody out there in the field. Out there in the field, there's somebody sitting in the field. Flowers. I can change that around. And that's what the great thing about doing art is you can always fix it up and make it your own. And play with it and make it as crazy and or as normal as you want it to be. But hey, there you go. There's my painting for the day, and thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, it's a long one. Yeah, I do. Does it look like I mind if you stick around? No, not at all. I appreciate it. And if you don't want to watch the whole thing, don't have to watch the whole thing. Just know that I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate that you're being here and sticking it out. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you love my painting. If you want to have anything done for you, let me know in the comments below. If you want to follow, come on, follow along. If you want to just, I'm authentic. This is me. I'm talking at the top of my head. I have so many things to tell you, and yet I only have like this. But there's so much more I want to give out to you. So thanks for sticking around. And hey, tune in tomorrow and I can be a ham for you. All right? So I love you guys. Peace, oh brother, with a little bit added, as my mom used to say. And I want to say thank you for being a good sport and putting up with all this. All right? So have yourself a wonderful day. I'm sorry to poke you. All right? Am I sure I want to quit? I can do this all day, but I should be doing other things. But I love you. Enjoy your day. You're the best. All right?